Welcome everybody to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. Just had a lovely office meeting. It's been a while. Really enjoyed it. No screaming and shouting. All really positive and amazing ideas for the website. Yeah, it's just so beautiful. I want to first of all recognise all the staff who work for markbajerski.com, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much with all my heart. The amazing work you do, the kindness you are to all the clients that we have. I think, I know, I don't think I know, I'm proud. I'm proud of our aftercare service. I'm proud of all the staff, and it's funny that we all felt that there's the same, more anger these days, more quick negativity, but we handle it well. We give love, and we're kind, and we're caring, and you know, at least they can come to our home and know that we're going to be as good and kind as anybody that I know in the world. You try and go to any of those platforms around the world and see if you get that kind of response. See if you get any response at all. You try and you speak to PayPal. You try and speak to Stripe. You try and speak to Facebook, YouTube, see where you get with that. And these are all companies just like my company. We care, and that is something so special to me. So I made a video yesterday with regards to Tina Turner, and at the end of the video I already could feel that there was going to be growing anger in the truther movement and the conspiracy movement. This is something to be expected, and something that has been playing within my mind for a long while now, 3 years. And some people were very accurate in what they said, how they were upset with me for saying it, and how let down, many inbox messages that you won't have seen. Some saying that I've changed in many ways, some saying that I'm as bad as the rest, or you were the one who started me off. And yeah, so it's almost like blame somebody else for all of these things, right? Don't take responsibility for your own thoughts and feelings, for sure. Again, a typical brainwashed, easy manipulating mind that many people have. That's your own fault. And I didn't tell you to go down any rabbit hole and then start to believe everything. The whole point of going down a rabbit hole, the whole point of the Truth Movement, the whole point of conspiracies is that you actually do the research. But unfortunately these days most people don't, and most people just tarnish everybody with the same brush. And that is why I said those things. Well, the reason why I said I'm coming and breaking away from it is because it's been hijacked. If you've taken offence to that, that's your issue. You have to work on that yourself. But the truth is, the Truth Movement was hijacked 3 years ago. Many CIA, FBI, intelligence, they hijacked it by putting people in place to make you believe anything, and QAnon was a great example of that. You know, they've taken children, they've taken millions of children out of bunkers, and you know, Tom Hanks is dead, and all of these nonsensical things, and now follow a leader. No. This is not good. And what I saw was an easily led group of people, equal to the people who ran and took that, are running to take something else, another quick fix from somebody else. So, you know, there's a group of people who say bah to them. At the same time, they're running after QAnon and running after all the other. It's the same thing. You're just buying into a different concept, a different ideology, a different religion, a different thought process. And then there's this, which has been worrying me for 3 years. somebody might say, oh yeah, and I agree with what you say, Mark, and then inboxing me and then start sending me stuff which goes really crazy. And I'm like, wow, that was easy for that person just to fall for everything. And I often used to say to people, don't believe everything that you read. Don't believe everything that you see. So I'll give you a great example. This, if I talk to you and do that, somebody can take that shot now and say, he's part of the 666, he's demonic. I actually did that because we used to do that when we were kids. Hey, everything's A-okay, but everything's been hijacked, you see. So I don't put my hand over my eye, but if I did and went like that, okay, you could easily take a screenshot now and say, look, he's part of the same Illuminati, the all-seeing eye. The reason why I made that video was because it was a very beautiful story to me. And whether you believe that every single A-list celebrity sold the soul is totally up to you. No problem. I am a friend of Mark Devlin's, and when I first listened to his work, it like, wow, this is like heavy. And I understand that there is definitely, Sheep Farm's just done one. If you go to Sheep Farm now, you can see about the doors and all of the stuff that they wrote about, all Jim Morris's stuff and the connections to CIA and mind control and all these things. And, you know, George Orwell, look at his, you know, just go to Sheep Farm and listen to some of the wonderful things he's done. So I'm not anti-truth. I'm not anti-truth. I'm anti-people who just say anything, just get angry at anything, just point the finger at everything. That's who I'm angry at. I listen to truthers every day. I listen to people who speak fact, who look deep into things and have factual evidence, not just look at a meme and then start having a go. You know, a meme with 50 people on, and okay, they're all in what? No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You have no idea what you're saying. So yeah, there is truth that people who get to stardom. In fact, I was going to try and find a way to get to Robbie Williams, because he made a video a while ago and for some reason it just popped up on my screen, and I don't normally listen to people like Robbie, but he was saying, you know, I have an issue with the truther movement and the conspiracy movement. And he says, because they point the finger at everybody who's successful, like, oh, well, they've got to be part of it because they're successful. He said, do you know how hard we had to work every day? Do you know how hard we struggled to get to where we got? We had no help from nobody. We had to work at it. And like, there's truth in that. I totally believe that. So you can't tarnish everybody with the same brush. So I said, I'm pulling away from the truther movement because it's no longer the truther movement. It's been hijacked. I'm not having a go at you. I'm just saying I don't want to be in that box. I don't want to be known as that. I never did. And the conspiracy, don't box me in the conspiracy, because I'm not. I just speak factual evidence from my work and from what I see from my clients and my experience. So my experience was meeting a woman who ended up being a singer, and I shared that story. And I had a lot of people saying, I knew you were a fake, I knew you were this, I knew you were that, and nasty things, you know. And that's what I was saying. I'm get ready for it. It's about to come. Because if I associate and share a post of somebody that they believe was part of satanic, and because she looked so young, she must have drunk the blood and must have taken, you know, all of these things, like, there's something very wrong. There's something very wrong. There's something very, very wrong. And we know there's something wrong. There's something wrong because humanity, there is something wrong with humanity. We are so desperate to believe anything, and so desperate in the way of either anger, so we're desperate to find fault in everything, or just desperate for a hero, or desperate for, you know, whatever it is. It seems that balance seems to have gone now. Very few people on social media are balanced. So yeah, I'm like, everything that I say is now is targeted. Everything that I'm saying now, there's people thinking about, how can I get him now? How can I have a go at him? How can I say this? What can I do to attack him? What can I do to ridicule him? What can I do to abuse or to judge or to find new opinions or to say, no, you're full of BS? Or this is what it's like now. And it's becoming more and more like that every day. So it's kind of like, when I make videos now, it's kind of tiring, because you get ready for the backlash. You get ready for these hyenas ready to jump, ready to bite. And it's tiring. It's so tiring. It's so exhausting to read those messages daily. And thank God for those that are filled with love and kindness and light. Without you guys, it's a cesspit. It really is a cesspit. And it's getting that way more and more. The world is turning into a cesspit. It's turning into darkness. It's turning into madness. It's turning into abuse in so many ways. Abuse of children, abuse of babies. And it's just being reeled out as if it's like, it's okay. No, it's not okay. What are you doing? What you want to breastfeed your child? You're a man. You can't breastfeed a child. That's abuse. The baby needs to suckle, and it needs to latch on, and it needs to drink milk, and you can't produce milk. You know, you claim to be a woman. You're not a woman. You are biologically not a woman. That's abuse, what you're doing, trying to latch your baby onto that. That's abuse. That is abuse, my friend. That's abuse. That's selfishness. You are selfish because you don't give a damn about your baby. That's going to cause so much issue, and so on. No, I'm not calling you a woman. Don't bring me into your pantomime. And that is the madness. And the abuse of children now, bringing men dressed as women into schools, dancing with dirty, perverted moves, telling children that this is normal. That's not normal. No, don't do that. That's abuse. You're abusing children again. Telling children that it's okay to cut your genitals. No, don't do that. That's abuse. So the world is turning into a madhouse. Every day it's becoming a madhouse, and everything stems that is being pushed forward by an agenda. That agenda, to me, is all about child abuse. Because you can mess a child up, then you can abuse that child easier. And if the people in control are predominantly paedophiles, then you can see where this is all going. And this is scary times. So imagine, from not believing anything, from hating everything, from pulling everybody down, to then it becoming more and more of anger, rage, change the world, change people. And eventually you can see where all of this is going. It's going to transhumanism. They don't want gender. It's just madness. And everything is madness. We're now living in a clown world. This is insanity 101. This is madness. This is madness. And I'm sat here thinking, I'm 55 years old. Would I have ever have believed what is happening in front of me from day to day? People can't even speak now because they're frightened of saying the wrong thing to 2% in the world. And they're being backed by the likes of George Soros and all of those insane people who are wanting to turn the world into a world of evil. And they are succeeding. The world is surely turning into a hell. Surely is. You can see it. And walking around and feeling a little bit of balance in this world, in Mother Nature, and the few that you see are balanced, there is more and more madness creeping into this world. More and more portals, more and more attachments that I'm seeing on these people. There's more and more drugs being pumped into people, which is sending them crazy, as well as being attached by more demonic entities. It goes hand in hand. You feed drugs into people and it opens up doorways that should not be opened. So this is where we are right now. And it's really extremely worrying. The world is becoming a madhouse. I remember watching, I think it was Cleopatra, and it was one point in Cleopatra, and I'm not talking about the modern one where they're saying she's black. Jesus Christ. The world is going insane. So this is the original one. And there was a part in there where they were all idolizing a false god, and they were all rolling around, and I think they were all perverted. They were all sexually perverted. It was like they were being taken over by demonic entities. And this is how it's feeling more and more. Every day it's becoming more and more that way. And it's very difficult to not see that, because it's been brainwashed by an MK Ultra modern day version of what they did to the Doors and to those who were taking acid, which was deliberately pumped into people and deliberately shared, because it was all part of the agenda, just like the hippie, just like, ecstasy, happy house, all of that was all deliberate and very interesting. It almost seems that we're now starting to see that nearly everything to do with government, to do with those that are meant to be protecting us, are actually the criminals. They are the gangsters. They are the mafia. And we're seeing it more and more. The world is opening up more and more to the truth. And the truth is that we are being constantly attacked, manipulated, lied to, hijacked. All the worst things, sleight of hand, all the lies and manipulations which are leading us to gagging us, to silencing us, to monitoring us, to turning us into slaves. And most of all, so that we have no voice, and that only this global government, which is about to take over the world through finance. Imagine when money's gone. Imagine that you are just solely on credit. So all it is a piece of plastic and numbers. Imagine how easy it is for them to go to you and see one thing that you've said, or you want to go somewhere? No, you're not going anywhere. Well, I am, because it's a free world. Well, go on then. We'll just stop your money. We'll just stop your credit. Well, you can't do that. Yes, we can. And that's what they're doing. You see, credit and all of this to do with digital currency is all about controlling the currency, which means that you ain't going anywhere. You ain't going nowhere unless we say. So it's digital currency is a form of slavery. Money you can keep in your pocket. You can jump into a taxi. You can give your best friend some money, or even somebody on the street who's got no money who needs to eat. Yeah, you ain't going to be doing that with digital currency. So they're doing this to stop you. Though they'll allow you to buy from Amazon, because that's part of their mafia. One world, one shop, one drug, one health, one everything, one food. That's all it is. So they control everything. They control your money. They control what you eat. They control what you think through the black screen. So what they're trying to do in every walk of life is cause chaos to be able to bring you the answer. It makes sense. If you cause a problem in the playground and everybody is fighting and angry with each other, then you want resolution. And if somebody comes along and says, okay, I'm going to fix all of this now, you're going to say, oh, please, we can't cope with this anymore. Yeah, the very people who fixed it are the ones who caused the problem to begin with. And this is where it's going. Everything that you see on the TV screen, everything that you hear about, which is world news, has all been created by the very people that want to give you the resolution, the answer. And it's just always been that way. It's always been that way. It's never been any different from the centuries that you look back and see the history. It's problem, reaction, solution. Create the problem, get the reaction from people. Oh, help, please, fix everything. Oh yeah, we'll fix it, don't worry, because we actually caused it to begin with. And people don't see that. They just think it's coincidence. Oh no, they're good people. They're looking after us. They're taking care of us. They're not taking care of you at all. They'll never take care of you. What they will do is that they will control you. They're not caring. They're not loving. Anybody in power is not caring and loving. They're in power for a reason, because they love power. They don't love. There's a difference. They don't love. They just love power. Mad world, eh? Mad world. The only form of sanity now is just to break free from the world circus and just be at peace with yourself and work on yourself daily. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard, but it's vital. So when I switch off here, the first thing I'm going to do is go and cleanse myself with some sage, and then I'll probably use my Palo Santo for 3 minutes as usual. And today I'm going to probably work with Lemon House Sacred Oil, and I'll rub that on my back, my temples, my third eye, back of my neck, and then I'll meditate. And I'm kind of nearly ready to do another healing session. So that will be an online healing session. So I don't know whether that will be tomorrow or Sunday, but I think maybe Sunday, maybe. So, you know, I feel very strong. When I speak about these things, it's only to remind people, wake people up, shake them up. And it's good for me to release as well. Of course it is. It's fantastic. But you need to find the balance in all of it. So I guess what I was trying to say at the beginning of this is, you know, be very careful when you start going down the rabbit hole, and try not to just buy into anything, okay? Don't believe everything that you're told, okay? Because it's equally as bad from the government as well as from the truther movement. So just try to discern. You know, for me, it's really easy. Whenever it comes from mainstream media, I don't believe a word. It's the opposite. But the truther movement now, the conspiracy movement, is like, it's been infiltrated. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's no longer filled with truthers. It's filled with those very people who realize that they've got no voice anymore on mainstream. It's just nearly dead. Nobody's listening to them. But the truther movement, the conspiracy movement, is growing and growing. So they have to infiltrate that to brainwash people again. So just be careful who you're listening to. Just be careful who you believe, you know? And QAnon should be a great example to everybody. Everybody keeps talking about this savior. There's no savior. Never is going to be. The only thing that's saving this world right now is the ones who realize what's going on and won't buy into it. And there's quite a few people out there, and lots of people are now starting to realize after that, then they realize that they were lied to. Everything that they were told, and they were butchered, they were beaten, they were brainwashed, they were abused to be able to give them that, right? And then they realized that that didn't work, and it doesn't work, and it never worked. And we were trying to tell everybody that, be careful. That whenever they push something, it's because there's an agenda to it. You don't need to, anything that is truth doesn't need to be pushed. It's just natural flow. So anyway, guys, just ranting today, and I'm sending you all a massive hug. Just so you all know and aware, anybody who goes to markbajerski.com and buys a crystal over 120, or so if it's 120 and over, you'll be entered into a raffle, because you all do anyway, so I appreciate that. It's been a great day on markbajerski.com. You'll be entered into a raffle to win about 4,000 to 5,000 euros worth of my personal crystal collection that I wear, and I've been wearing for the past 3 years. So thank you very much, and I appreciate it. And I one lucky winner of all that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I guess that's it. I'm gonna do some work now and get some Tektites and do some cleansing on myself. And then, yeah, just working on a few more crystals, I think. Maybe 2 or 3 hours and then have a break. I'm wishing you all a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for being here today. And if you took it in a bad way and you're really angry with me, no problem. It's just something that I think it's still important to speak your truth, and it's still important to share with you what I believe. Sometimes can be a very slippery slope when you just believe anything on the internet. And that's it. I'm wishing you all a great day. Take care. Bye for now.